Your Excellencies, valuable guests and millions of viewers from around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let me join the previous speakers in thanking DR.HAK JA HAN, the co-founder of the Universal Peace Federation, for creating this occasion for us to meet virtually and discuss on building partnerships for peace towards the peaceful reunification of the Korean Peninsula. On behalf of the government and the people of Zanzibar, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to address the viewers of this rally of hope and share with them some reflections on how leaders can facilitate national reconciliation with the case study of Zanzibar. I'm informed that this rally is the 6th call upon the world leaders to not only reflect on the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, but also come up with innovative ideas and solutions to emerge from it more united as a human family, prosperous and in peace. I commend you for your tireless investments, especially in the recent years, to make Africa a brighter continent through summit and educational programs held in various parts of the continent, guided by your vision of one family under one God. DR.HAK JA HAN, known as the Mother of Peace or Mother Moon, ladies and gentlemen, since the early stages of the young history of Zanzibar, we have understood that we could not become an oasis of freedom and prosperity in Africa amidst poverty and lack of freedom, because we had already realized that nations are interdependent and what affects one nation affects the others, especially for neighboring countries and countries that belong to the same continent and share similar culture and history. Our destiny is to grow and prosper together as a continent. That is why my country, the United Republic of Tanzania, has always expressed its solidarity to people in search of freedom and peace, but also has been involved in all the regional and global initiatives promoting reconciliation, development, and peace. Even though the Korean Peninsula seems far from the African continent, we recall that Africans took part in the Korean War with the hope to restore peace and democracy. Unfortunately, Korea remains divided 70 years later, with tensions putting a huge threat on peace in Southeast Asia, with unimaginable consequences to the rest of the world. It is for this reason that we cannot just watch the many negative consequences of our divided nation without all of us contributing to solving this conflict, often referred to as the Forgotten War. I salute the initiatives of Mother Moon to create a think tank composed of experts from all around the world and all walks of life to come up with innovative ideas that could contribute to restore peace and security in a united Korea. Historically, Zanzibar was marred with socio-political struggle, clustered along regionalization and ethnic divide, following the first multi-party elections in 1995. In 2010, Zanzibar embraced the Government of National Unity. Unfortunately, subsequent to the 2015 general elections, the GNU could not be formed due to dispute of results. The year 2020 will go down as a year of history in Zanzibar as a result of my deliberate intention to restore the GNU during campaigns as well as after the announcement of the electoral results gave confidence and hope to many people, including those from the opposition party. I must give credit to the late Seif Sharif Hamad, a legendary political giant in the islands who is rendered as an icon of multi-party politics for his acceptance to form GNU and assume the position of the first vice president. Some analysts were predicting greater disparities in Zanzibar following the elections, but to their amazement, we embraced the GNU. In Zanzibar, this marks the beginning of a reconciled phase, 28 years after the adoption of multi-party politics. Two major pillars enabled my administration to achieve the GNU and the resulting harmony and tranquility in the islands. The first is the enabling constitution that provides for a legal framework of establishing GNU, and second is leadership that made the implementation of GNU possible. In 2010, we amended the 1984 Zanzibar Constitution to allow for the formation of Government of National Unity. The amendments were adopted and ratified to reflect the results of referendum that was held on 31st July 2010 to decide which kind of government the people of Zanzibar want. More than two-thirds of the electorate, 66.4% to be precise, voted for a power-sharing government. It was indeed the right direction towards promoting unity, sense of belonging, and mutual tolerance. Zanzibar used to experience insecurity and chaos after every general election. Subsequent to election results, my main opponent did not immediately accept the results, but as I left the doors open, he came along and we formed the GNU. I must admit that it made me very happy to register such an achievement during the early days of my 5 years mandate. Our vision is to have a united Zanzibar and to consolidate the efforts of islands to prosper economically. Our belief is that harmony and tranquility in the islands are a catalyst for socio-economic development, and that the traditional walls and barriers between and among Zanzibaris have now been scrapped. We want to drive positive changes that will transform Zanzibar into an Indian Ocean economic hub. We are keen to ensure that we utilize our strategic, geographic, and historical significance to develop our productive and service sectors as well as our economic infrastructure. To that end, my administration has opened up the islands for investments with extra incentives for investments in the islands of Pemba, aimed to accelerate its development and overcome economic imbalance between the two islands. These initiatives can only be implemented where there is peace, harmony, and tranquility. With respect to my electoral agenda and plans for Zanzibar, in a nutshell, I can say we want to pursue a blue and private sector-led economy to be able to realize my vision of making Zanzibar a business hub on Eastern African Indian Ocean coast. Zanzibar has a potential to focus on this area to be able to build new vibrant economy aiming at reducing unemployment rate, poverty, and promoting economic growth. As I mentioned earlier, that we have to come up with innovative ideas and become more united as human family, Zanzibar is committed to pursuing a blue economy, knowing also that it is an important priority for the Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA, in terms of economic development. Tanzania, including Zanzibar, being a member of IORA, can benefit enormously from the collective actions adopted by IORA on blue economy. My government will work together with the private sector and development partners to promote job creation and improve education, health, and infrastructure in line with the Zanzibar 2050 development vision. To conclude my remarks, I would like to encourage you, Mother Moon, and all the friends of UPF around the world to keep joining efforts in such programs, and I want to assure you that my country is ready to cooperate with the Universal Peace Federation and its associations in promoting peace and development. I thank you for your kind attention.